like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the wake up, get out the sheets. We came for war, man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the yeah. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Beg, please get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the big shoes, check out the crease. Blow like I'm Bigfoot, step on the beat. Make a man's run till he step out the cleats. When the whole place scream, gotta get out the yeah. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the wake up, get out the sheets. We came for war, man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the yeah. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Beg, please get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the big shoes, check out the crease. Blow like I'm Bigfoot, step on the beat. Make a man's run till he step out the cleats. When the whole place scream, gotta get out the yeah. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the wake up, get out the sheets. We came for war, man, forget
Okay. We back. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Back with Down to the Wire. Here with Colin and Lee. Sebastian is out this week. How
What
y'all
up?
doing, man? How was your break?
Ooh, good man. Long, had a lot of time off, ate a lot of food. I had no idea what day it was when I woke up, but I'm ready to get the stream going.
Well fed, man. Well fed, running around. Got some good family time. Got a good reset. You know, a couple of us are in our family house settings, so it's gonna be a gonna be a good stream today.
Good stream today.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is good.
Yeah, hopefully the Wi-Fi is good. Holding up right now. But let's hop into it. So the first, we're just gonna go through these games, man. First one, Bears Lions, man. Uh, Initial reactions.
An interesting day. Bears players seem to be really happy right now. Obviously, Eberflus is gone, so let's see if the Bears come out with a little bit of energy. But I got the Lions, man. Sonic and Knuckles, baby.
I mean, the game's over.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I was,
Yo,
I was
sports
gonna say,
overload.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's been a long,
Sports
it's a long week.
overload.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
Yeah.
on,
So
let
but
me pull
this
this
was
book. Go
this
ahead,
was
go ahead,
the
Lee.
this
My
was the
bad. Let me slide out of here.
this was
this
the
was.
Caleb collapse. The Caleb and the coach
Yes,
collapse.
yes. This is
I
a
don't
guy
blame
player.
Caleb. You can't. I don't blame Caleb too much because
Yeah,
he's a rookie. You expect him to have some blunders as a rookie, some mental mistakes. But Eberflus, like you're the head coach, bro. You. There's a reason he got fired. I think Clay, you were telling me there was a story they wanted to fire him right after the game, which
yeah.
I totally believe. So it's like the future is bright for Chicago just because they got Eberflus out of there. So even though
But
they
they had
lost,
30 something seconds
yeah,
in between the play with a timeout.
Yeah.
And whatever play he called, I got to give Caleb some blame because Caleb decided, and quoting, this is his words, not ours. He said that he decided that that play that they picked wasn't going to get it done. So at 15 seconds, he decided, I'm going to change the play. You can't do that.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Call a timeout. I don't care if you're a rookie. You're the quarterback. You need to know that you have a quarterback in 30 seconds. I mean, you have a timeout and 30 seconds on the clock, 34 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
It
No,
shouldn't
he
take
definitely,
34 seconds for an
yeah.
NFL team to run a play.
Yeah, he definitely messed up, and like hopefully it's a learning experience for him. Again, like I know you don't like to give him the excuse because he's a rookie, but he is a rookie. I mean, he's gonna make mistakes. I think I put it like 70-30 for like whose fault it was. But yeah, it was not a good look.
No.
I'll, I'll push it even further than 90-10, but I'm still giving Caleb some because you
Yeah,
you are the leader of this team. You're running this team.
Yeah.
yeah,
And apparently, ever since like week 2 or 3, you got a lot more vocal in that locker room. And I don't know if all the players that you're playing with appreciated it.
Yeah.
So now here's your time to show and prove. You
yeah.
didn't show and prove.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of that,
Yeah, it was a tough loss. I was telling you earlier, like they showed a graphic where it's like every Bears like quarterback, the last three coaches, it's like they've got a new coach for like their new quarterback, like starting with Trubisky, and then within that first year they fired him. So it's just like, and they've done it three times. So it's like you get the quarterback, you get your guy that you think, and like within a year you get a new coach. Then they're in a new system in the second year, and then you're trying to like reevaluate. And they keep doing the same thing over and over. It's like it's not working. Or like you're just gonna mess up. Like you have Caleb now, and now he's gonna be in a new system next year. So it's just like it just makes it tough, man, for like their organization.
Yeah, you can't keep
well,
resetting
who
like
can
that.
get
We've seen
them
it so
right?
many times where like we saw with Baker. Baker had a new coordinator every year. He looked like he didn't work out, and then all of a sudden he's in a good system with a coaching staff that actually like wants him, and look at the results. So like, yeah, I think coaching matters so much. Like you can't be learning a new playbook every season. There's no way you're gonna succeed like that.
Yeah.
So who do you guys think is a good guy for, or do you guys have anybody that off the top of your head that you think would be a good guy or has a good system that would fit Caleb?
I think Ben Johnson, man.
Yeah, I think the Lions coordinators. Uh, I think Eberflus was a defensive coordinator, right? So I
Yeah.
assume with Caleb Williams, they're going to try to go with an offensive coach. So I think someone here mentioned Aaron Glenn as a potential, but since he's on defense, I could definitely see them going
Yeah,
more
it's a
towards Ben
defensive
Johnson.
coach.
I'm actually hoping Aaron Glenn goes to the Jets, so let's leave him for that, and
Leave
then
him
they can
alone.
have Ben Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Ben
they got the
Johnson can do some
pieces,
work with
man.
them.
You got the pieces. You got to
Lord,
just
do
build
they?
that line. You got to build that
Their
line.
receiver room is insane. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Caleb went and decided that he wanted. Well, I mean, not he didn't decide, but they keyed on picking up a receiver with that other pick, and I really think they should have pushed for that pick to go get Pashanu instead of getting a Doomsday. Like
Yeah.
you already brought in Keenan Allen. You
Yeah.
got DJ Moore. You can find another number 3 receiver because that's what you do. You just drafted. You used a top 10 pick
Yeah.
for a number 3 receiver. I
Yeah.
don't think that was a smart decision on that.
Yeah, I will say, like, because I agree. I don't think they should have used a top 10 pick on a Doomsday, but I saw he's right now he's outpacing, or he's at least on pace with like Marvin Harrison Jr. So it's kind of like, in a way, you can kind of maybe like a saving grace is like, yo, you're going back and forth between like Marvin Harrison Jr. So it's like you got the same type of output potentially. I still think Marvin Harrison Jr. is better, but like at least for them in a way, they can kind of maybe look at it that way. But yeah, I would have definitely went a different direction with top 10.
Yeah, it's like they took Odunze as like, but they acted like he was like the cherry on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
like
yeah.
the Eagles added Saquon to put them over the edge. Like the
Yeah.
Bears did not need another receiver like that to put them over the edge. They're not even close to the edge. Like there's so many other avenues they could have gone. I definitely think, yeah, you're definitely right. They definitely reached for him.
Yeah.
So
Well,
now they're stuck with.
And you
yeah.
even look at like Mooney, right? Like they had Mooney and like he's going off in
Yeah.
like Atlanta. So it's like, yo, you could have kept Mooney potentially and like, got somebody else. So
It's time for Mooney to go. Darnell Mooney, I think he did everything that he needed to do in Chicago.
yeah.
He kept, there was a couple years where he kept that offensive float damn near by himself.
Yeah. 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 So
It's just the fact that they're the
With no
Bears and they were
quarterback,
trying,
with no
nobody was
quarterback,
watching. But at 5'9", 5'10", Darnell Mooney was actually one of the better receivers in the league.
He had a
For
1,000
quite
yard
some time,
season.
for at least 2
Right.
seasons.
yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
He had a 1,000
Oh,
yard
yeah,
season.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sebastian in the chat just said Eric Bieniemy. That'd be a good one.
I'm not opposed to it, but they refuse to.
By them, you mean the NFL, right? I feel like the NFL for some reason is just like
Yeah,
keeping
they
them out.
don't want Bieniemy. I mean, he went back to college.
yeah.
Where's he? He's at UCLA now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He was wasn't it the locker room? Like he wasn't a good like locker room guy, or it was just like they didn't really give
They
him a
say that
chance.
he's a hard coach. He's a very harsh reality coach. He's a guy who's going to not only challenge you, he's going to test your manhood. And
Yeah.
I think the way that society is moving right now and the sensitivity with a lot of these players nowadays, it translates for some, but it doesn't translate for others. People like Tyreek Hill really love Eric Bieniemy because they feel like he's real.
Right.
And then there's some other guys on the opposite side who will say, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to coach questioning if I'm man enough to do this. So
Yeah, I think we're in a weird time where like those hard-nosed coaches, like the players don't want to play for them in the NFL, but like in college it works because they're younger kids. Like they kind of need someone to like yell at them. You know what I mean? So like, and in a sense, they're not going to challenge the coach as much. So I get why he went back to why he went to college, but yeah, I think he deserves an NFL shot. Like I don't know why he's not even getting an opportunity. I would like to see him back, but
yeah, or at least as a coordinator, like.
Yeah, that's why it's like it's.
He's an
I don't know
coordinator
why.
in college right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if I don't know how his like negotiations were. If did he even have any NFL opportunities, or did he just only go?
He may have just chosen. He may have just chosen to just go down to college, like you said, because it's similar to what Prime said, where people are lobbying for him to go and get that Dallas job. And he's like, so wait a minute, let me tell you, let me get this straight. You guys want me to lead these kids who are giving their heart and their soul and they're super hungry to play for these new age pro athletes who are getting paid way more than we ever got paid.
Yeah.
But they don't want to play on Sunday because of X, Y, and Z. Because they're not feeling right in the head or because this, that, and the third. Dion already said I'm not dealing with that. Why would I want to go and do that?
Yeah. I feel like Dion's gonna stay. I feel like Dion's gonna stay in Colorado for a little bit.
Oh, he
a
better.
little bit, yeah.
He just
I feel like he
the
wants
number
to
two-
finish.
the
He
number
wants
two
to finish
quarterback
what
in
yeah.
the country.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
wants to
of
finish
course.
he's trying to build something there. Yeah.
Number two, he got both the IMG starting defensive ends that he just picked up
Yeah, I was about to
like
say
a
he picked up a few
5'8"
people. Yeah.
a 5'8" young Tyreek Hill out of Texas.
Yeah, I saw that.
Shout out to Quentin Gibson. I watched his highlights. Shorty is disgusting.
Yeah.
And
So-
5'8", he's going on top. He's going over the middle, jumping up, getting smacked, catching first downs, and then popping up like absolutely nothing happened.
yeah.
Man, Prime better stay exactly where he is.
Yeah.
I feel like he's having too much fun there too. Like
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
he's
definitely
having too
having
much fun.
fun.
He doesn't want to. He don't want to go work for Jerry.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Like once his kids leave, like once Travis leaves, like, but yeah, he's definitely think he stays a couple more years. But all right.
Florida State, man. Florida State might be looking for a new coach.
Yeah.
You think he would jump ship? He would leave Colorado though?
I don't think. I think right now with what he's set up at Colorado, he'll definitely stay for another like year or two. But there is a chance. Somebody just Gus Malzahn I think took the offensive coordinator job there, I believe, yesterday or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, money talks. Who knows what kind of contract they'll throw at him? But it just be I would just hate to see him leave Colorado because I feel like they're just starting to hit the ground and like becoming something. They invested a bunch of money into that program the past couple of years with him. So I just want to see him finish what he started.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like he's the same way. But
yeah. But speaking about the Cowboys, I mean, we gotta talk about it, even though no one wants to talk about it. The Giants and Cowboys game.
I was gonna say, like, who actually watched this game? Did anyone watch this
Yeah.
game?
It was on. Did we watch it?
Yeah, it was on.
Yeah, it was on.
Can't speak to that, but it was on.
Yeah,
It was on.
the TV.
The game was on for sure.
Yeah, it was a tough one to watch for sure.
Shout out Rico.
It's an important game, man, because somehow the Cowboys are still in the playoff hunt.
Yeah,
Are they really? Oh, 5-7. Yeah.
But they're 3-1 in the division.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're not. I don't think they're going to
the Eagles
catch.
at 3-0 in the division.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. Who does Philly still have to play in terms of divisional games?
everybody. They always put our
Yeah,
They
games
have
at
to
the
run it
end.
all over again.
Yeah.
So we're only halfway through. Essentially, we're only halfway through the season.
Yeah,
Here now is the time where they do say football gets real after Thanksgiving.
yeah,
like the last quarter of the season. Yeah, the final quarter.
But we are literally sitting in a situation where if the Eagles don't do what they need to do, Dallas could still end up winning this entire division, still end up in the playoffs.
That's a crazy thing for me to hear. But looking at the standings, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I just pulled up the standings. I'm like,
I think possibility, yeah. I think realistically, like, because I think like CeeDee Lamb got hurt in the game. It's like I don't think he's out, but like he's gonna be dealing with like an injury now. Like it's just like all the backups. Yeah, like is Cooper Rush really gonna lead the Cowboys to win the division?
I don't think.
Don't say it.
No, I think the Eagles' lead is too big. Was it like 3 games? Unless they
Yeah.
have a complete collapse like they did last year,
Yeah.
which I think they've
Slay is out.
Slay's out, but I don't know.
Devontae has a bad hamstring.
They've won 7 straight. Like the Eagles have won
If
7
the
straight.
wrong things happen at the right time.
Just saying.
Last season,
I mean, anything can happen.
We watched the
Anything
Eagles
can
last
happen.
season start off really strong and health-wise just get decimated at the end of the year and completely laid an egg in the playoffs against
Yeah, but
who they lose? Who'd y'all lose to? Baker?
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks, yeah.
They've been smacking
I-
us the last 2 years.
But this year is different though.
And on
Because
top of it, y'all weren't healthy.
But they
Like,
smacked us this year
y'all
too.
lifted-
They got our number. I don't know what it is. They be smacking.
That
us.
was y'all. Look, that was in the. I don't any.
That was
any
way
games in
early.
the First
Still.
anything in the first 6 games, I don't care.
like
about.
this,
If you won something in the first 6 games, congratulations. Within the first 6 games,
yeah,
no NFL team has their true identity yet.
yeah.
So great, you won in the first 6 games. Where are you now today? The Bucks are still playing well. But
Yeah,
if you won a
they're
game
all-
in the first 6 games, I could
the
care.
first
That
2
was
weeks
our
are
worst
the
game.
first 2 weeks are
They're not
are-
smacking y'all today.
yeah.
I
The
don't
first
know.
2 weeks
They
are
got our
preseason
number.
anyway. So
They got our number. I don't know what it is.
Saquon, did you see Saquon against the Rams? They were like, yo, Saquon needs 4. He needs 4 more yards for whatever.
Yeah.
This nigga took it 64 to the house.
Yeah,
yeah.
He was looking for
Yeah,
4 yards. He
he's
took
nice.
64.
He's
Like he took an
nice.
extra 60.
he's nice.
Yeah, there's no way the Eagles are. There's no way the Cowboys are catching up to the Eagles to win that division. But I still they could get that last wild card spot. I think it's going to be between them and the Commanders. They can catch the Commanders.
Yeah.
The Commanders now they're starting to look like the team that I thought they were going to be at the start of the year. A rookie quarterback,
Yeah, they lost 3
real
straight, yeah.
receiver,
They lost 3 straight.
super
Yeah.
old tight end,
Yeah.
not the best offensive line. This
That
is the way
defense
I
was going to
expect
catch up to them.
Washington
Yeah, their defense was going to catch up to them, and we're starting to see it.
Another reason why Eagles are not going to have a collapse, we still got to play the Panthers. So that's a win.
Did you see Bryce again? Did you see Bryce against us?
Listen,
We'll
Adam
talk
Thielen's
about it.
back.
It's on the
Adam
docket.
Thielen's back. You got to worry about Adam Thielen.
come on.
No,
We don't got to worry
yeah.
about Adam Thielen, man. We don't got to worry about it.
Miles Sanders revenge game? Is he? No, Miles Sanders is hurt, right?
We got
Yeah,
Quinn
man.
Mitchell, man.
Miles
I-
Sanders even still in the league?
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
He's
Well,
on.
they got
trouble.
they got Brooks back from Texas.
Yeah.
Is he playing? Did they say if he's gonna play?
Yeah, he played. He played. He played.
Yeah.
Played last week?
He
Yeah,
played this
he
week.
had like 2
He played, yeah.
carries last week.
He
Yeah.
played on Friday.
So
Oh, look out!
nah,
Look out!
we're not doing that.
You say that. Bryce
Oh,
looked
I feel
really,
like as good.
really comfortable in that pocket.
Yeah, as good as the Eagles have been, like I know their defense has been like top 5 the past month. They won 7 straight.
Yeah.
I feel like all it takes, they're like one bad Sirianni play away from blowing up again. It's like I know that things have gotten better with him and like Jalen Hurts, but I feel like they're like walking on thin ice. It's like he's gonna have one Eberflus moment, and then all of a sudden everyone's just gonna turn.
I
on him.
do think that, but I think if it happens, it's gonna happen in the playoffs.
Mm.
I
The
think,
Phillies already. The Philly fans have already turned on.
yeah, because
Well, that's what I'm saying. They turn on him, but he's kind of held them
Yeah.
off because he won 7 straight.
yeah,
But like, there's Eagles fans are still waiting like for him to fuck up just to like go back and
because I think
He's the-
him and Kellen Moore have like figured it out a little bit, but it's gonna happen. Like it's gonna happen at some point. Like he's
gonna
gonna
be-
be, yeah. But I think it's gonna be like the playoffs, like that crucial moment
that's
where it's
even
like,
worse,
yo,
yeah.
kick the field goal, and it's like that's gonna be like,
not. Yeah.
yeah,
Push, nah.
Yeah.
Tush push.
crazy guy, man.
Imagine Barkley's year if they didn't have the tush push.
I just feel. Oh my god. He had 20 touchdowns right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like now.
it's just
Week
it's nuts, huh?
12. I already got 20.
Yeah.
It's nuts. I mean, we could talk about it. I mean, it's one of our topics. Like, what do y'all think about like Saquon? Like, do you think he's gonna get the MVP? Like, you think he's gonna break the record, single season rushing record?
Right now he's the MVP. Lamar has kind of slid just a bit,
Yeah.
just a tiny bit. And I think Lamar is having like he's having a couple sobering games at the wrong time, and Saquon just continues to climb higher and higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really tight race. It's obviously you mentioned Barkley and who we're just talking about, Lamar.
Yeah.
But I think Josh Allen, has snuck his way into the favorite,
Yeah.
especially with Baltimore kind of sliding the past couple of games. Buffalo's 9-2. They're 1 game behind Kansas City, so they could easily still end up with the 1 seed. And then you look at what he lost. He lost Diggs. He still doesn't have his best defensive player, Milano. Milano's coming back this week. So, like, he's kind of been carrying Buffalo. So with Saquon, I definitely, in my opinion, Saquon is the MVP, but just knowing how these awards work, it's going to go to a quarterback. So it's kind of hard. I'm rooting for Saquon, but I feel like Saquon has to beat the rushing record to get the MVP. And I think he's got a good chance. He's got an extra game, so that helps him too. And I think the Eagles are going to be fighting for the 1 seed, so I don't think they're going to be resting players at the end. So I think Saquon needs to get the rushing record to get MVP, and I think he'll get it. Especially with the extra game in there. And like I said, they're going to be fighting for play position, so they're just going to give him the ball 25 times.
Well, I think that and like narrative, like, because I think to me the key game is this week, like Eagles versus Ravens, where it's like Eagles need to win this game and like Saquon needs to be the reason. Like, because it's the narrative. It's just like the Josh Allen thing. Like, Josh Allen's in it, like, not because like he's not just because he's playing well, but because they beat the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like, that's what kind of catapulted him.
Is he playing well?
Who, Josh
Allen?
Like, honestly,
yeah. He's not turning the ball over. He's not turning the ball over.
He's 15th in the league in passing yards.
Yeah.
He's 8th in touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Granted, he's only thrown 5 interceptions, but Baker right now has thrown 24 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
Yeah.
Baker's put up 27.99. Joe Burrow is lighting it up. 27 touchdowns and 4 picks. Lamar 27 touchdowns and 3 picks.
Yeah.
So I right now I don't see a world where Josh Allen. I get it, they're 9-2, but that's not just because of Josh Allen. It's not,
right? No, but it's not. But look at how.
Year.
Yeah, but I look at last year where Lamar had a pretty average year. So if you look at his actual numbers, Lamar's numbers, they weren't anything crazy. He's still having a way better year this year, but he got MVP because the Ravens were so good. So I feel like it's the same thing in this year where the Chiefs are the number 1 seed all year, but the whole knock on the Chiefs where they're not this good. They're like squeaking by every game. Are they really a 14-1 kind of team? And meanwhile, you got the Bills who are only 1 game back and they're kind of trending up. So if the Bills end up with the number 1 seed, and Josh Allen only has like 5 picks or something like that, I can see them going to Josh Allen. Unless again, Barkley breaks a record and then like you kind of have to force to give it to him.
I do want to point out that Lamar has already thrown more touchdowns than he did last year.
Yeah, he's having a better year than
last
year.
He's only 600 yards away from his total from last year. So
yeah. It'll be a tight race.
It's tough. I do think, like I said, I always think it's narrative. Like I think it's narrative, and like they look at the quarterbacks. Like I think if Josh Allen has to do something else to like push that narrative, because it's I think you can even look at Hard Knocks, like for Saquon. You know what I mean? Like everything's just falling in line, and like if he wins today, if he breaks the record, like how can you not? You know, like how can you not give it to Saquon? Like, and I think like you were saying, like Lamar Jackson playing so well, but like they're not the top team. It's kind of like they're gonna balance out with like Josh Allen, because you could even look at look at some of the teams in the NFC, like the Packers, like the Lions. Like Packers have 2 losses, like Lions have 1. So it's like somewhere like one of them got to get a vote or 2. You know what I mean? Like you got to start talking about like, are we talking about Goff? Are we talking about Josh Jacobs? We talk about you know what I mean? Like some of those guys are gonna have to like jump into this discussion at some point.
Goff should be in that discussion.
Yeah, like why not?
Goff is having himself a year.
And they're the best.
Let's not get it messed up. Number 4, he's 4th currently in total yards, 4th in touchdowns. He got 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Yeah.
He's been sacked less than Joe Burrow.
Yeah, like it's not the flashy pick, but
his QBR just isn't the best. But that kind of comes with a lot. When I take a look at his completion percentage, he's got one of the best completion percentages in the league. Actually, he's number 2 behind Tua. Yeah. And Tua's played 8 games, so. Technically, Jared Goff is. If you ask me, he's number 1.
I mean,
2,000 yard rush. That's the thing.
If you're gonna mention Jared Goff, you got to mention Sam Darnold. Yeah. I mean, their numbers are very similar. Like very similar.
I've been screaming Darnold all season.
Yeah. And they're only the Vikings are 9-2. Like They're only one game behind the Lions.
That's what I was saying the other week. Like Lions could be a wild card team.
Oh yeah.
I mean, theoretically, yeah, because the Vikings are the wild card team now.
Well, the Vikings and the Packers, they both have 2 losses.
And the Packers, yeah, you're right.
So,
Same division,
the Lions could easily lose that division and be a wild card team.
Yeah. Because that's really that's what's holding up golf. That's what's holding up golf in the MVP talks. Is they're the number 1 seed.
Exactly.
So.
This is where things start to get interesting, man.
Yeah.
This is that time of year where things,
cold weather
really
start
to pick up.
Yeah.
Things starting to get interesting now.
Yeah.
We'll see. There are gonna be some, especially this season. There are gonna be some spots that get stolen.
Yeah, for sure.
There are gonna be some teams that are gonna make there. It's just gonna happen. That's the way the season is kind of. It's been. I don't want to say unpredictable, but.
Yeah, the NFC West is nasty. I don't know what's
that one extra wild card spot
NFC
makes it real
West
interesting.
Is the wild West
yeah.
right now. Who do you guys have? I like that. That's a good question. Who do you guys have coming out of the NFC West right now? Because there's still a part of me that is holding on to hope for the Rams.
Yeah, I got the Rams. Still. I think. Yeah, I don't trust the Seahawks.
Yeah, I want to believe.
I don't trust Kyler. I don't trust Kyler. The 49ers are a disaster.
Whoa, hold on now. You're not just gonna throw Gino under the bus, okay? Gino.
I wanna believe in him.
I want to believe in Gino. I want to believe in Gino.
He just got he got DK got to step up, bro.
Yeah.
Gino is he's 500 in terms of if we're talking touchdown to interception rate, ratio.
I think Gino. I think Gino needs, like, if they could give him like a little bit more help, if they have a consistent run game, because they have the running back. Like if they could give him a consistent run game, then I think he's good. But I think if you try to stretch him too much, like sometimes he makes the play, sometimes he doesn't. Like in crunch time, but it's just like you can't keep. I don't think you can keep going to like Gino carrying you, but like he can definitely like lead them. But they need to give him a little bit more help. Like you said, like DK stepping up, like the run game being consistent. Like if they can do that, then I like the Seahawks. But it's just when it's too much on him, it's just he starts to crack.
Yeah, I like Gino, but they're only one game up on the Rams, and I just for us Matt Stafford more. You got Puka back, you got Cut back. Karen Williams is still there. Like when they're all healthy, I still think that offense is top 5. So I think I have more faith, not just in Stafford or Gino, but Puka, Cup, Karen Williams. I trust them more than DK, Kenneth Walker, and JSN.
So the 49ers are just done.
Kenneth Walker, if Kenneth Walker stays healthy, Kenneth Walker is easily top 3 best running backs in the league. Right?
Yeah.
I'm being real.
I don't know about top 3, but he's
ridiculously talented.
He's good.
Yeah.
But
that's
staying
that's
healthy.
the help. That's the help that Clay's talking about.
Yeah,
if they had that running game that they should have, not
just
him, Charbonnet is good too.
Yeah.
Take a look at their offensive line. Their offensive line, on paper, should not be bad. You got Charles Cross at the left tackle, Lakin Tomlinson, Oluwatimi, Christian Haynes, and Abraham Lucas. I don't know Abraham Lucas, the only name that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
This looks like a solid offensive line. So you should be able to run that ball when you have Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, who are both 2 bruising running backs.
Yeah.
That's
a team that
Tyler Lockett is just mad old, bro. How old is Tyler Lockett?
Yeah.
They've got LaVisca Chenault.
Yeah.
And do they play him? Does he play? I don't watch the Seahawks. Let me be real. Chenault is a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Debo Light. He's Debo Light.
Receiver?
He's Debo Light.
Yeah.
But he's like he's Debo Light.
Debo Light, man.
And they still got Tyler Lockett. Like I know Lockett's older, but if Tyler Lockett's your 4th receiver, like
you gotta get Lockett out of here, bro. Lockett is old. Bro.
Yeah.
Russ ain't there no more.
But I'm saying again, as Lockett as your 4th receiver.
As your 4, I'll take him as a 4.
Yeah.
How old is Tyler Lockett for real?
He's old, man.
I'm gonna guess 33.
32.
I guess
32.
Man. He got a couple years left.
32.
He got a couple years left.
He's 32. Well, that was nasty at K-State.
It's crazy. All right, what's the next? Had a few more games. Oh, we did have the Packers game. So Dolphins Packers. Another one that was
I didn't
just
watch that.
yeah, it just wasn't really anything.
I didn't watch that game.
It's
I
one
think
of
we
those
were
where like
eating dinner during that game.
it was one of those where what we thought would happen happened.
Yeah.
So no big surprises. Miami on the road in the cold weather at Green Bay didn't show up. That's kind of what we expected. So I don't know what's going on with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Jonnu Smith. Yeah, Jonnu Smith's been
I don't
killing
know
it.
what's going on with Tyreek Hill.
I mean, we'll recap. I mean, 9 targets, 6 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
That touchdown was a fluke, though. The touchdown was a fluke. It was like it bounced off.
It counts, but
it bounced off. It was a tip. Like it bounced off of someone's hands, and like then he just ran under and caught it.
Hey,
so
being able to
been off.
Tip drill. That is something that is practiced. Tip drill.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Nelly song. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And being able to track the ball. That's a skill right there.
Yeah.
Everybody can't do that. Get a man his props.
Yeah. But, I mean, I feel like they got to start targeting him more. Like, I'm just looking at his targets now. He had 9 targets his last game, but like 6, 8, 4, 5. Like he should be getting close to double-digit targets every game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a product of them trying to spread the ball around because they got so many weapons. I know they're trying to get Waddle involved too, but they just need to force feed Tyreek.
Yeah. I got a question. Well, I got 2 questions. First question for like off of that, like, what do you think the Dolphins should do like long term, right? Because like, I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs this year. Like, if they did, like they'd sneak in, but like they'd have to go on a run. But like if they don't, right? It's like, what do you do? Like, because they're kind of in that like in between where it's just like, okay, Tua was hurt, but he's back. We have the pieces, but like you know what they're missing. You know what I mean? Like they don't have like any physicality. So it's like, what do you do? Like going forward when you know you got to go against the Bills, the Chiefs, like all those teams, like for the next few years.
Oh man, it's tough because like it really all hinges on what you think of Tua. Because we saw last year how good the Dolphins were when Tua was rocking, that team was healthy. They were right up there with the Bills. And then this year, obviously, Tua was not right. I still don't think he's 100% like all there with his concussions and stuff. But I think you have to move off of Tua. To be honest with you, I think you have to move off of Tua. And I think you have. I don't want to say it's tough because they have so many pieces. I don't want to say restart because like when you change quarterbacks, you're pretty much restarting.
But that's even what I was gonna say too. Like, but even with all that, like even last year, right? Like, did we think that the Dolphins would make the Super Bowl last year ever?
You know what I mean? Isn't good enough to get it done. They have to blow it up.
But they were that tier right below. They were that tier right below.
The tier right below isn't that tier, and that's the problem. You're right there on the doorstep. But this team that you guys put together is not going to get it done. And guess what? With Tyreek Hill's contract, y'all aren't going to be able to get the extra pieces that you need. That's why
that's what I'm saying. You got it. Yeah,
that's why we let him go because we couldn't continue getting this, to maintain this Super Bowl form with that contract with a player of that caliber, with also having a top quarterback.
Yeah.
Tua, whether you like him or not, he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Yeah. Definitely one of the top 15. I'm top 12, arguably top 10.
Yeah.
Best quarterbacks in the league. You have to pay him. You also have to pay Tyreek Hill. Yeah. You pay both of those guys. Who else do you have? Achane is only here for another year or two on that rookie deal. He's going to get paid, even as a running back. Waddell is gonna get paid. Yeah. Is he still on his rookie deal, or his rookie deal should be up just about now, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should be.
Some decisions are gonna have to be made in Miami.
I'm glad you brought up.
Gonna have to be made in Miami.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the Tyreek Hill contract because that's kind of why I think they need to get rid of Tua because they're in the same spot that Kansas City was with Tyreek and Mahomes. But I don't think you can pay Tua. Like I think it's too risky. I'd rather invest in Tyreek, who's already kind of locked in. But I think next year he's making like $55 million. His cap is $55 million next year. It's crazy. And
also, Waddle signed an extension.
Oh, he did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he signed. So he's there.
Oh yeah, Tua's going there
until 2028.
Tua's out of there. Tua's gone.
Yeah.
I think you get rid of both, to be honest with you, because I'm looking at Tyreek's contract now. He's got $55 million cap hit in 2026 when he's 32. So I didn't even realize he was that old. And then in 2033, he's got a void year. He can get out of it. But if the Dolphins can get out of that contract, I would get out of that contract and get rid of Tua, and I would honestly just blow it up. Keep Waddle, keep Achan, keep Mike McDaniels, and give it another year or two. But and if they re-sign both, they're going to be stuck like the Cowboys. Cowboys are stuck paying Dak and CD top 2 money at each position, and look where they are. They can't make any acquisitions. They're stuck. They got to pay Michael Parsons too. Like, you can't pay 3 guys and build a 52-man roster.
They're the Phoenix Suns, man. The Phoenix Suns with Nash, man. Like that's their team, man. Like, it's a good regular season team. Like, they're gonna run it up on people, but like they're not. They're not winning. It's not translating. Like, that's what the team is.
If they don't have and get home field, they need home field. They got to play in Miami every playoff.
Yeah, they need home field.
I don't think that
Even
matters.
it's like
I don't think it matters.
Yeah. It's not even like playing at home for them too is not even crazy, because it's just like, yo, who doesn't like playing in the warm weather? Yeah, like, it's not like it's hot. Like, it's not like it's like, yo, it's 110.
My whole family flew down here for this game, bro. It was beautiful. We're on vacation.
Yeah. Like, it's just warm.
I got 3 of my hoes in the stands right now. They're in different sections. This is a great day.
Yeah.
Win or lose, I'm having a blast. We're in Miami.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no one cares. Like, so
we're all going to dinner after this anyways. I'm going to dinner with the Dolphins.
Going to dinner.
I'm going to dinner.
Yeah.
With Odell.
Yeah.
And then we're going to then we're going to Live right after.
We're going to Live.
You're going to Live?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Playing in Miami got to be lit, but Tyreek.
That's why they're losing. Man. That's why they're losing, because
Tyreek is coming home, man. That's all on. Tyreek misses Patty. He misses Pat Mahomes. He can't. During every offseason, all he does is talk about how much he misses playing with Pat Mahomes. As soon as he gets ejected from the playoff, he just goes on a Pat Mahomes dick sucking marathon. So like, he's coming home, man. Misses Pat Mahomes.
I don't think he misses Mahomes. I think he just misses winning and having a good quarterback. But I don't think
he misses Mahomes.
I think he still feels some kind of way that they got rid of him, though. Like, wouldn't you still feel some kind of way?
We didn't think that Tua. No, Chiefs fans would love to see Tyreek Hill come.
No, if you're Tyreek, if you're not Chiefs fans, if you're Tyreek, I would still feel some kind of way.
No, but why? Because they gave Tyreek exactly what he wanted. Tyreek wanted top 5 money, and the Chiefs were like, "Listen, we can't afford to pay you top 5 money right now, and also continue to build this Super Bowl team. Yeah. If you wait a couple of years, then yes, we can get you paid, but we don't want to have you in a situation where you're like playing a gambling game where you don't have guaranteed money that you should be getting. So we're going to grant you the opportunity to, you and your agent, go out and find your own deal." Tyreek and his agent found that Dolphins did, not the Chiefs front office. They handled that as that was one of the best ways that I've ever seen in his prime star player be handled by an organization that's like, yeah, we just can't keep you right now.
Yeah,
we got Travis, we got Pat, we got so and so on the defense. We got Chris Jones on the defensive end.
Yeah, and then it makes perfect business sense. But I think just like mentally, I compare it to like when KD and the Warriors, when the Warriors won without KD, they were like, we don't need you. Why would KD then go back to the Warriors? So it's like Tyreek Hill, it's like they proved they could win without you. Do you really want? I feel like he's the type of player that has the pride. All right, but I feel like he's got the pride where like he wants to go win without them. You know what I mean?
I don't see that with Tyreek Hill at all. Tyreek Hill seems like
I feel like there's any athlete at that level. I feel like any athlete at that level though has that kind of mentality.
I feel like the only difference like with NBA and NFL is kind of like NBA, like everyone's compared to each other. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you have that like Steph KD dynamic too, where it's like I'm always gonna have one up. You know, where it's like football is like you're compared to your position, like you're compared to like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not. It doesn't matter if I'm a lineman or like you know what I mean? Like they're not gonna be like, oh, this lineman got more rings than Reek. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. He's where he should go. That he never would go though is the Bills.
Ooh, I think he's sick. Yeah, I don't know how you go
That
from
would be
Miami to
the
Buffalo weather-wise.
because
That would be
there's
crazy.
there's only one quarterback in this entire league who can throw the ball further than Patrick Mahomes
Yeah.
at will.
The
And it's Josh
Bills.
Allen.
If he goes to
There's
that,
only
that would
one.
be
There's only one.
because they would be
Only one person that
unstoppable.
can roll to the left and let that thing go just as good, if not better, than Patrick. Well, no, I'm not gonna say roll to the
They
left.
would be
But rolling to the
unstoppable
right,
on offense.
Allen can get it out there. I don't think there's a better quarterback
They would be
rolling to his
unstoppable.
offhand side and letting that ball go.
They would be
But
unstoppable.
What about? I'll throw out another team that could use a receiver. What about the Steelers?
Hell no. Not
You don't think that puts a? That's what they're.
That system is not.
Well, they would obviously.
I just don't think they're good enough.
But he's the type of player to change the system, though.
Yeah, I mean they did. They had AB. You know, they had
Yeah.
those days with Randall Elwood. So we know that they know how to.
Yeah.
I don't
Because I
think
feel
Hines
like-
Ward was the biggest receiver. You know. So
But
we know that
you
they
add
know how
Tyreek Hill to that. You add Tyreek Hill to that team. Like he's exactly what they're missing.
It's a
Just
good
big
team.
play guy.
I just don't believe.
Well,
in this
you're
feeling.
forgetting that they need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Well,
somebody got to get him the ball.
Yeah,
Tyreek
Russ, you
in
trust?
Buffalo. Tyreek in Buffalo is the one.
Tyreek in Buffalo will be insane.
Because that's like, to your point, Lee. Like that's how you get your get back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna win with Josh Allen.
Oh, with Josh Allen, yeah.
That's how you get your get
That's the
back.
get
Like
back, yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know when this happened, but Sebastian said that they're like the Donovan Mitchell Jazz, and he threw a shot at Rudy Gobert.
Oh, I missed that.
I think he's talking about the Dolphins.
Oh, the Dolphins. The Dolphins,
Yeah.
yeah. They were like that team because they were like they could have good regular season success, but in the playoffs, you just know they're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reek in Buffalo would be wild.
It'd be
I
crazy.
don't know Buffalo's cap situation.
That would be insane.
Buffalo's not paying anyone. Who's Buffalo paying? Josh Allen,
Nobody.
right?
Josh Allen in their line.
Because like Amari Cooper, they're not paying.
No,
Yeah.
Amari,
they're
they got him for a penny deal.
Yeah, they're not paying anyone.
they paying?
The Browns kept most of his contract.
Because I mean, soon they'll have to pay James Cook, I guess, but they're not paying anyone right
He's
now.
a running back. He's not going to get paid anything. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, no one on the offensive side really, unless it's like a lineman or something. Like,
Oh, all right, here. Von Miller makes 15. Josh Allen's a 30
Von
million
Miller,
cap
Von
hit.
Miller. Yeah,
Von Miller's
Von Miller.
15.
Von
Yeah.
Miller like 40.
Yeah,
But
but
Von
yeah,
Miller
yeah.
got that. Yeah, they gave him a crazy deal. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
All up front. Yeah. So
I
they're
get it, but no.
they're not paying anyone. They're not paying anyone.
You're not paying nobody.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
They'll be
yeah.
alright.
All right, I can see it now. They got the cap. They got the get back.
Telling you,
Oof,
get Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that was-
He would hate the cold, but that's where
you
you
would
gotta
hate it
go.
there.
That's where you gotta go.
I mean, Reek was one of the first ones that I remember, like, when it became like a fad to work out shirtless and like
Yeah.
sub whatever temperatures, like sub freezing temperatures. Tyreek Hill was one of the first people I ever seen do that. Like, or at least not ever, but just one of the people that really made it a thing. They made
Yeah.
it a trend. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, he played in Kansas. He played in Kansas City.
Yeah, but he didn't have a
you know.
choice. He got drafted there.
Yeah, but he did it. But he did it, and he won a
He
Super
did it,
Bowl.
yeah.
He played at
And
a
then-
massive high
yeah,
level
but-
and became a top 5 receiver in one of the coldest. That's one of the
Then-
coldest.
Yeah, but
And,
then right
you know-
right after that, he went to the warmest climate. So
Well, that's when he went home too. He went, but not only that, people discount that his mom was a major reason why he went to Miami.
that's
His
fair.
mom said it's time to come home.
Yeah.
So he went home.
And again, I didn't realize he was older. I didn't realize. I thought he was like late 20s. If he's 30, 31, 32,
He's 32.
32. Yeah, this is going to be his last contract, so he's going to want to try to win.
Yeah.
Maybe, but maybe not. You never know.
He's not
Yeah,
going to the
it
Chiefs.
doesn't appear.
He's not going back to the
doesn't
Chiefs,
appear
bro.
that he's, well, no. I'm talking about in terms of like last contract.
Oh, okay.
I could see Tyreek Hill playing another, like at a high level, playing another 6-7 seasons if he wants to.
At a high level, as a wide receiver 1.
Yeah, maybe not wide receiver 1, but he could still be wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, or at least just a guy who's going to take the top off the defense, man. Like,
Yeah.
he has not lost a step. He's 32 years old, and he's still an absolute burner on top of having ball skills.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
The football is the size of his daggone forearm. He's still able to just go up there and grab it. Like,
yeah. Well, talking about the Chiefs, did anyone watch that game yesterday? Colin, you tuned in?
I did.
They gave it away. Raiders gave it away.
Yeah.
We're just finding ways to just.
I
get
mentioned
it.
it earlier. How
This has been the last 2 seasons for us. We're just
I
figuring
just
out
don't
ways to just.
get
You guys
We're
won
just
on a
getting
blocked
through,
field
bro.
goal, right? You won on a blocked kick. You won on
Yeah.
a box snap. It's like, come on, guys. Josh Allen.
I hate this because
I love Antonio Pierce, and I don't want to see him get fired after this season. I think he did a really, really good job coming in as an interim coach for the Raiders. It's been a really rough season without a quarterback.
Yeah.
Quarterback, no running back, no offensive line, no defense. Like, it's not his fault.
Had to trade Tay.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not his fault.
I don't want to see. Stuff like that goes to the coaching. It's the same way that Eberflus took 90% or 98%, as Sebastian said in the chat for the Bears. I have to put the blame on for that situation on Antonio Pierce, even though it wasn't his fault.
It was a
You
botch
are the
snap.
coach.
Yeah.
But it was a botch snap because they couldn't get the play right on the line, and then the quarterback like either clapped or something or whatever. So the center snapped it. That was on the quarterback. Who was that? O'Connell?
O'Connell, yeah.
Yeah, and I like O'Connell. I really like Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't rock with him this year, like from the jump.
I don't understand. They
get that.
with Gardner Minshew
Gardner
after the end of the season that O'Connell had, man.
Yeah, I don't get that.
And I guess Madden was right. Madden still got Aiden O'Connell at like a 74. I guess they were right.
But even it's like I don't know, like one of like I think you're right. I think like Antonio Pierce, like you got to give him a chance. Like if you believe in him, like you got to give him a chance. Let him get a quarterback. Like I don't know. It depends. Like if they get a quarterback, unless they're just like they're CJ Stroud and they're just hot out the gate, it's gonna be tough for him to be there to see it. Like you know what I mean? Like there's still a lot of pieces away.
But to be fair to him, like every new quarterback, every new coach always gets to pick their quarterback.
Right, exactly.
And then let's see how they always ride or die together. He's never had the chance. He got stuck with Minshew and AOC. But let him draft Cam Ward, let him draft Shedeur Sanders.
But what I'm saying is like
I know Sebastian is loving this right now, man.
Even if he does, right? Even if he does get his quarterback, like are the Raiders going to be good? Because look at that division. Like we're looking at the Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs.
The Raiders
had going up.
The Raiders at the end of last season. That was one of the best. That was one of the best like Raiders teams I've ever seen. Like in terms of the way that they like played together as a team at the end of the season.
They were.
Yeah,
when
season they were trash.
I'm not saying
the last like 3-4 games, especially on Christmas when they took it to Kansas City. Handed us our ass on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just like that division is hard. That's a hard division. That's a hard division.
Yeah, but
now
they still gotta try. They still gotta try.
No. I'm just saying like he may not get that benefit of the doubt because like he'll get the quarterback and like if they're not because think about it, they're bad this year. If they get a quarterback, you know what I'm saying, and they're just not good, it's like. Do you let him go again? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have that pedigree where you're just going to let him go again.
But this is technically his first full year, right? His first full year of coaching.
So that's what I'm saying.
So
another bad year.
I don't count the interim year as a year, right? So this is year 1. The next year is year 2, but it's his first year. I think you got to give him 2 years if you draft a quarterback, you have to give him 2 years with that quarterback. Else you end up like the Bears.
Like the Bears, yeah. I agree, but I don't think they will.
Coach, man. I can really see it, especially with the Raiders and the history of the Raiders and the Davises. Yeah, no. I can absolutely see a situation where Antonio Pierce gets let go of.
Yeah.
And if that happens, I can see the mindset of the players dropping drastically. The morale of the players dropping drastically, and the Raiders having an even worse season.
Yeah.
But I just thought of a scenario. We were talking kind of ties back earlier. We were talking about the draft. What if the Raiders? Oh, this stupid thumbs up. What if the Raiders get Shedeur Sanders, and then they bring in Deion to be the coach? You don't think that changes?
Deion's not leaving.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
Deion
you wouldn't
be the head coach.
Yeah, to be the head coach, and they give him the keys like they did to Gruden. Because like, I don't think he wants to play for Jerry because Jerry will still have his hand in everything. But if the Raiders say we'll let you run everything to Dion and Shador come to the Raiders, I can see it. In Vegas, you don't think Dion wants to be in Vegas?
I can see that.
I can see the money.
I can see that.
Yeah, they're gonna if they throw him a boatload of money, just run everything.
I think either way, like Antonio Pierce's days are kind of like. I think it's just a countdown, honestly, and it has nothing to do with him. You know what I mean? It's just a situation. Because like, how many wins do they have for him to keep his job after next year? You know, because he'll coach next year, but like,
if he wins 6-7 games next year,
yeah,
he's gone.
Actually, damn, I think if he wins 6 or 7 games, that's even worse because now it's like the potential is there. They're gonna be like, oh, the potential's there. We just need somebody to take us over the top.
Exactly. Like he's probably gone. You know what I mean?
They're going to have to be a playoff team.
No,
they have to make them.
If they have a rookie quarterback, you give him a rookie quarterback. You're telling him you have a rookie quarterback. Your expectation is playoffs are fired. That's not.
Yeah, but that's the reality.
That's what I'm saying. How many wins does he have to get?
The reality.
You know what I mean? Like because
I think if he gets 6 or 7 wins with a rookie quarterback next year, I think that's a win.
Put it this way. Put it this way. This is how I look at it. Right. Look at the Broncos. Right. Like, because last year was Sean Payton's first year, right?
Yeah.
So like he was cleaning house, right? Like had to like do everything, whatever, right? This year, let's say if the Broncos were bad with Bo Nix, right? They probably still would have kept Sean Payton, and like that third year would have been like, to your point, like the evaluation year, right? But it's but it's Sean Payton. Like you're not giving that to Pierce.
He's a white
you're not giving that to Pierce. Yeah, you're not giving that to Pierce. Even though it's not fair, it's like, but you're not giving that to Pierce. Like, unless you just see flashes, like, you don't know, like, it would have to be something like special where it's like, yo, we had 6 wins, but we lost like 4 or 5 close games. You know what I mean? Like, where it's like we're right there, type of thing. And even then, it's like, if he starts that third year off like 1-4, they could fire him.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, he's just not gonna get that benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. He doesn't have a track record.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a resume, but I don't know.
It's like his whole thing is like how the team feels about him right now. And like, you know, that little piece of success that they had like at the end of that year.
I mean, yes and no. I think the Raiders are a lot better than their
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
2-8, right?
Yeah.
They're not. They are. I mean, obviously they're 2-10. They are. You know, they're 2-10.
They're the first team eliminated from the playoff.
So next year the bar is low. Next year the bar is low. Is what you're saying?
They're 2-10, but they lost to Kansas City by a combined score. They lost twice to Kansas City already by a combined score of 9 points. All right. They. I mean, some teams have taken off on them. They lost to the Rams by 5. You know, the 2 games that they have won were really close games. So that tells me that they know they can pull out, you know, some good games. And not for nothing, I really, really liked the draft that they had last year, picking up Brock Bowers, who just went crazy against us. Jackson Powers Johnson, you get a big, strong center who can really move people in the line. 3rd round, they went and got an offensive tackle for the University of Maryland. You know I'm gonna love that. Like they got Tommy Eichenberg in the 5th round out of Ohio State as a linebacker. They got a cornerback in the 4th round. I see this team trending on the right path. I think something that's going to be really big for them next season. Obviously, they got to hit free agency, and when they hit free agency, they need to find defensive backs who are not going to come to Vegas and just collect the check. There's something about that defensive back room in the Raiders franchise that just turns either star draft picks or star DBs into absolute mush.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is over there, but they've got to figure it out. They got to figure out that DB room. They got to get somebody to complement Max Crosby.
Yeah, as you
they need another receiver.
Yeah, as you list off all these teams, all these players, and you're right, they're all killing it. I'm looking at their roster, and you're right, they're better on paper than they are in their record. So it's kind of like got me want to switch my side and say maybe Pierce might get might
Yeah.
not be brought back next year because it
'Cause-
seems like this team has talent on paper, so they might just be like.
But
If
the
they can
other
get
thing,
like I'd rather if they could bring in Ben Johnson. Yeah,
yo,
I'd rather.
but
take Ben
think
Johnson.
about it. One of these don't fit, right? Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh, Sean Payton, Antonio Pierce.
Antonio Pierce.
One don't fit. You know, like they're not gonna let him rock for a long time.
But I think that's I
But-
get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
I want him to
I
get
get
a
what you're
chance.
saying,
I just
but
think
I don't think that you
he's
can-
in a tough
because
spot.
You can't shorten the
Antonio
timeline
Pierce
because of that.
won a Super Bowl or one or multiple. I don't know if it was multiple, but he's won Super Bowl, at least one Super
Yeah.
Bowl as a player.
Yeah.
You know,
I like him. I'm just saying, like,
I don't
that's-
think-
he's a
I
player's coach in a player's coaching era. This is
Yeah.
a player's coach era.
yeah.
I think
So
I don't know. They can't shorten the timeline just because of the division. Like they can't try to rush
Sure.
it. Like you mentioned all these teams, yeah, they're gonna be good for the next couple of years. So you got to take the long-term approach and just kind of because they got young pieces. They got Brock
Yeah.
Bowers, Max Crosby is still there.
Yeah.
I like that linebacker Diablo. If they
they got Michael Mayer too. They have two
Yeah.
really good tight
Yeah,
ends.
really good tight
good
ends.
tight ends, yeah, they have a good tight end.
Really, really good tight. And they got Justin Shorter as the third. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And
So if
He is a backup offensive lineman here. Like this team, they got some.
if
They
you
got some pieces here now.
they've
The
low
problem-
key made good selections. Like
you just
in
don't
the
have a
last few
quarterback.
drafts.
They just don't have a
Yeah,
quarterback,
just
and they don't have a run game.
Or
Like-
receivers.
Yeah,
Did you see who the running backs were yesterday?
yeah.
Amir
Amir-
Abdullah. Abdullah
Yeah.
had 10 carries.
Let's not do
and
that.
Sincere McCormick had 12 carries. I have no
Yeah.
idea
Let's
who that
not,
is.
okay, hold on. Let's not do
Sincere
that.
McCormick?
Alright? I don't like that. No. It's not Sincere McCormick. I don't like the disrespect of Amir Abdullah. Amir Abdullah averages 4 yards a carry for his entire career. If Amir
That's not-
Abdullah
That's
actually
like average.
was,
That's like average. That's less than league average.
is it
Yeah.
4 yards
4
per
yards a
carry?
carry?
Yeah.
4
Exactly.
yards a
4
carry.
yards a
If
carry.
I'm getting 4 yards a carry every single down, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
In 3 downs, we're scoring. If we can get 4 yards every single play, I'm consistently moving down the field and I'm scoring a touchdown.
I don't know.
I'll take it.
I'm just trying to find what the rush
Raiders
attempt
is
is.
Y'all better
trash.
y'all better go watch that man's Nebraska highlights. Amir Abdullah was him.
Yeah.
All right, so
I don't like that.
4 yards a
Anybody else?
carry.
If you don't like Madison, cool. Just leave Amir Abdullah out of all of this slander,
Yeah.
yo.
4
I'm
yards a
caving for
carry.
Amir today.
4 yards a carry is 24th in the league. That's Cincinnati.
Okay.
Ravens and Eagles are over 5. So like 4 yards a carry is bottom third in the
Yeah.
league. It's like, I don't know.
Hey man,
I mean, shout out to Amir
Okay.
Abdullah. I didn't realize he was still in the league.
got my-
Good for him.
I got my
Yeah.
cape, man. He's been in the league for 9 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Everyone's saying running backs' lifespans are so short.
12 seasons.
Oh yeah, but he's been playing for 12 years, so shout out him.
Jeez.
12 years? I remember when he was like a second round fantasy pick on like the Lions.
Yeah.
Remember that? When he first came in the league?
Yeah.
Am I counting wrong? Like this is 4 seasons? Yeah, 4 seasons.
He's
in Detroit,
31.
4 seasons in Minnesota, 1 season in Carolina, 3 seasons. This is his 3rd season in Vegas. This is his 12th year.
Shout out to him, man.
This don't look like it makes sense to me. Whatever.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's
you know what?
9 years.
No.
It's
I'm
9
sorry,
years.
guys.
Yeah,
9 years.
yeah.
He
He was
played
on 2 teams.
for 2 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were multiple years where he played on 2 different teams.
Yeah.
We got it. We got there.
Yeah.
Well, speaking
Hey,
of
one thing I'm looking at though, he's been pretty consistent in terms of the he's been pretty healthy. But whatever, we'll move on from Maradona.
I was gonna say, speaking of college stars, man. Do you want to hop into the fights, man?
There's a
Oh,
lot
man.
happening.
Do we want to hop into the fights?
Rivalry week was insane.
Insane.
Flag planting. There's been. Where do we start? BMC?
Well, I mean, Michigan, Ohio State. You know the game.
So
you
do
know?
you think flag planting should be banned?
Yes. It's
Yeah,
corny.
I think that
It's
Damn.
corny
I think
as
after this weekend, how can you not? Was it like
it's
4 or
corny as hell,
5?
and
Yeah.
it's never a good thing. It starts fights. Damn the flag planning. Lineman from Arizona State who used to play at Arizona University grabbed the actual like devil
Oh, the
pitchfork.
trident. Yeah, the trident.
The
Yeah.
trident. Yeah.
And he put it. Yeah. Y'all doing too
Yeah.
much because the problem is it's not a 1-year thing. It spills over to next year.
Yeah.
Like those kids remember it and they're gonna do something, and it just never ends. It's just a cycle of bullshit going on.
Yeah, because whenever Ohio State gets a win, they're you know what I mean? Like if it's in Michigan, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
There's nothing
it's
you can
gonna be
do
a
to stop
fight
it.
or
Not to
something.
mention,
Yeah.
so it's always going to be heightened with Ohio State because
Yeah.
Baker did it to them first. The
Yeah.
first time we saw somebody run into the middle of the field and stab their flag in the middle of that field, even though it fell, that was Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield, Oklahoma versus Ohio State. I'm not going to talk shit about Baker because Baker should have done that.
Yeah.
The way they trolled Baker, the things
Oh,
they were
yeah.
saying to Baker, the things they were doing to Baker,
Yeah.
Yeah.
get your shit off, bro.
Yeah.
You earned that one specific situation. The rest of you little YNs, I'm
Yeah.
looking dead in the camera now. The rest of you little niggas, you little future ex-cons, stop doing that, bro. Y'all have like from the pulling the strap on the field to all
Yeah.
that. Y'all have taken hood culture and just forced it into the
Made it
game
crazy.
of football, and it's
Yeah.
getting unbearable for people to watch, especially people who have gone through certain life situations where we don't want to see that type of stuff anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I blame?
It can be traumatic to certain people. It gets
Yeah.
deep when you start talking about this topic, man.
I blame the NILs because they're giving all these kids all this money. And like we hear about it in the NFL, like NBA, you give young kids all this money, they don't know how to act, right? So
Yeah.
now you're giving them money even younger, straight out of high school, where they feel like they're all 4 or 5-star recruits coming to these big schools. You know, they're feeling like they're the shit.
Yeah.
And like now they're getting all this money. They're just getting super cocky. They haven't earned any of the money really yet, but they're just acting up, and it's like there's no accountability. It's just, I don't know.
I think they just want to go viral.
I mean, they deserve the money.
They just-
They deserve the money.
they
I'll
follow
say that.
trends. They do deserve the money, and
Yeah.
I've been just based on like my high school econ class project. I'm willing to say that college football does more for specific communities' economic growth and stability throughout a year
Yeah.
than the NFL does because
Oh,
there's
yeah,
only
yeah.
32 NFL teams.
Yeah.
So college football puts more money into the United States economy than the NFL. If we're talking about a whole nation,
Yeah.
But I really just think these kids are followers. This is that social media era. We're really seeing the
Seeing that
new
boom now.
generation
Yeah.
of kids who grew up with nothing but social media. I mean, these kids mid games are emoting. Like they're doing things that you would only do in a video game in real life. Did you see? We all saw Devontae Turpin hit the B button
Yeah.
unnecessarily.
Yeah.
That was a video game move. There was no reason for him to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's no skill or fundamental like drill that's like, yo, spin just the way that you did
Yeah.
for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
Like he literally could have just took a step to, he could have just hop step to his left and then just hit that hole.
Yeah.
It would have been the exact same result.
Yeah.
We're watching a new generation of human being whose mindset is not at a, I don't want to call it humanistic, but they lack empathy and they lack the ability to just say, hey, or not even empathy. Yes, they lack empathy and they also lack humility. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're kids. Like at the end of the day, these are kids. Like they're all they're 21. Like they're all kids are gonna act up.
The Michigan's running back was like, man, they need to learn how to. Y'all had all this time to fight. Y'all need to learn how to lose. No, you need to learn how to win.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to win. You need to learn how to how to have some humility. You also need to learn that if you do something, I don't care whether you win or you lose. Once that whistle's off, that is the real world. There's consequences.
Yeah. Consequences.
You want to find? You got to find out. You're gonna find out.
You want to try to circle us? Like we can't just grab you right now and drive you through the floor?
Yeah. Like
Man,
what like it's like
take
what do you think
these
was gonna
cleats, bro.
happen? What'd you
Take
think
Yeah,
the
what
was
do you
gonna
think was
bottom
gonna
happen?
and
What'd you
happen?
put
think
it
was
to
Yeah,
your
gonna
chest,
happen?
dog.
You know what I
I'm
yeah.
mean?
stopping you.
Yeah. Like
Come on,
what'd
man.
you
It's
think?
like
We brawled back in the day on the field for less.
Yeah.
football. Yeah, it's like I compare it to like the unwritten rules of baseball, where
Yeah.
like if you do something in baseball, they'll just throw it at your head.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, what
yeah.
did you
Yep.
expect to happen? Like,
What did you
yeah.
think? And next year, Michigan secured that the number 1 quarterback. So it's gonna be even bigger next year.
Someone's going over the middle next year, and someone's getting laid out. That's all I
Yeah.
know. But
Well, Michigan has started, I believe, 3 brawls in the last 2 seasons. So, don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. I know I'm right off the top of my head. A couple years ago, I specifically remember that fight they had with Michigan State in the when they were going back to. I believe Michigan State were the aggressors in that one. However, right now it's becoming a label for your program. This is what y'all do.
Yeah. So we got
When
a
y'all are around, fights happen. So
So we got a question in the chat or a comment. It says Detroit fan man. He said, sad how this post-game flag hides the absurdity of OSU losing this game at home with a 3-score point spread. It's the worst OSU loss since probably 50 years. Should Day get Eberflus?
yes,
that's a great, yeah,
That's a great
that's a great
question.
point.
He
That's a great
hasn't beat
point
Michigan.
about, yeah, and they were, yeah, and Detroit fan man, great point.
Listen.
3-score point spread, and they blew that. Ugh, it feels like, especially with Michigan coming on hot the past couple of years, I feel
Yeah.
like Ohio State's feeling it, like feeling that.
But it's also like this was the one. Like if you were gonna get one, like he
This
had
was
to,
the one, yeah.
like you
Yeah.
had to get this one. Your team is better. Like yeah, it unless they win it, it's gonna be tough to keep him there.
Yeah, because he's been there for a while too, Ryan Day.
I
Right?
don't think this is the worst loss that they take. He's been there for a few years.
Yeah, he's at
Ryan Day's
least
been there for
3.
he's
might
been
be-
there for a few days. He took over for
think
he took over
3.
for Urban Meyer, right?
Yeah, I think it's been 3
Yeah.
because he hasn't beat Michigan though. Like that, like in that culture, like you gotta win the game. Like you can't,
You have to.
you know, and like
That's the big game.
Yeah,
You can't
that's the
lose
game.
the big game.
That's
It's
the
literally
game.
called the big game.
yeah, like
Last year, they played a quote from John Harbaugh before the game, where Harbaugh, like this is back when Harbaugh was a Michigan quarterback. He said everything that we've done this season, whether we none of that matters. What
Yeah.
determines whether we had a successful season or not is if we beat Ohio State.
Exactly. And last year you had the 1-2 matchup, right? So it's like it's not like they're not having success, but it's just like you.
What year
gotta
did they
beat
lose
Michigan.
on that like block? Was it a block kick? Or some what?
I
There
know
was a
what
year
you're
that
talking
there was a year. It was in the big house. It was in Michigan, in Ann Arbor. How long ago
Okay,
was
so
that?
now he's 1-4.
That was one of the
Yeah,
worst losses that I've seen. That was probably the most heartbreaking Ohio State loss I've ever seen to Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a bad one because
I mean-
Ohio State should have won that one.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to be overreactionary because
Ryan
Ohio
Day,
State has
his
been-
first attempt, he's 1-4.
Yeah. So the last 3.
Sebastian
Yeah,
Astor
yeah.
was promoting Chip. Get Chip Kelly the fuck away from
yeah,
any
get
of
Chip
these
Kelly
guys.
to get him out of here. But I don't think you can overreact to Ryan Day. I mean, last year they had a really good year, but again they lost to Michigan. It all comes down to Michigan. Like that's
Yeah.
been their one thing. Like they can't beat Michigan.
Yeah.
So, and I know to Ohio State that's like as pretty much a championship every year. They got to beat Michigan. But
Yeah, but that's you can't that game yesterday is like that can't happen. That can't
Yeah.
happen. That can't happen. I mean, I'm sure
there's
it's
too
still,
many.
the
There's
thing
too
is-
many good.
Ohio State moved the ball. Certain people be like, "Oh, Ohio State didn't play." Ohio State moved the ball,
yeah, yeah.
and they moved the ball. They just could not get the ball
Couldn't
in the
score.
end zone.
Yeah,
They couldn't score,
yeah,
and I think that's been a problem with this Ohio State team, which is when they're not 40 plus yards out,
yeah,
it's tough. Sometimes it's tough for them to score if
yeah.
they're not
Yeah,
if they're not throwing. They're not throwing bombs to Smith or Ibuka, or
Yeah, there's too many. There's too many good candidates in college football. Where I think Day has ran out his course. Where I think like he's hit his ceiling. Like Ohio
Yeah.
State's been pretty good under
That's
him,
a
but
good point.
again, we said he's been there 5 years, and I think it's one of those cases where like he got you this far, you just need someone else to get you that last step. So,
Yeah.
and again, Michigan.
Eric Bieniemy, man.
yeah.
Eric Bieniemy.
All right, we got 10 minutes before 1. Do we want to hop and do the sit and start real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. First guy we got is Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy at Buffalo. Are we sitting or are we starting?
I'm benching him.
Oh,
Yeah, bench him.
both of y'all benching him. Both of y'all benching him. Okay.
I think they're playing Buffalo, right?
Yeah, playing Buffalo at Buffalo.
I think-
in Buffalo.
Yeah, that's tough. And Matt Milano's back this week, I think. I know he hasn't played in like 400 days, but I think just him being there, like, I think it's gonna lift up the defense. And 49ers have just been struggling. I don't know. It's hard for me to trust any of the 49ers.
A lot of injuries.
I can't keep up with all their injuries. I don't know who's playing this week.
It's every year with them. This is every year with them.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, sorry,
Also,
Brock.
Sebastian is in the chat saying that they're still playoff potentially. I don't think so, sir. Not with Oregon and Penn State's most likely being the two representatives coming out of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I don't see 3 Big Ten teams making it into the playoffs.
I don't know. Detroit fan man had a good comment. Said, "The day got you this far." Reminds me of Harbaugh ripping him for being born on third base, believe he can hit a triple. That's pretty fair. He did inherit that team, so yeah, that's a fair point.
That's true. All right. Second, we got Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard, center start. It's Tony Pollard against the Commanders in Washington.
I'm gonna start him. I like the way Tony Pollard's been running the ball recently.
All right.
I mean, this year this year he hasn't had a bad year. He definitely is playing a lot better this year than he did last year. But the last few weeks, I like the way Tony Pollard's been running.
Yeah, I think the last couple of weeks, Tajay Spears has been out with a concussion, so Pollard's been getting all the carries. I think he had like 25 carries last week. We saw what he could do against a bad run defense too. And I think Tajay Spears might come back this week. I'm not sure. I know he had a concussion protocol, but even if he is back, I think Pollard's been playing so well, and the Commanders' defense is so bad. I still play Pollard.
Yeah, it looks like Tajay Spears, is he playing? He will try to clear it. Yeah, I think still game time decision.
So even if he is healthy, I don't think he'll get a ton of carries.
Yeah.
I mean, game time decision means now.
That
the
is
game
true.
starts in 8 minutes.
If they haven't said it now, then
if they haven't said it. He's not. Whoa, he's not on the.
He's active.
Tajay Spears is not on the injury report.
Yeah,
he's
active.
So he's active. So there we go.
I still play Pollard. I'll still bench Spears, but I'll play Pollard.
I'm still playing Pollard too. Yeah, I think Spears is just like kind of had one of those years where it's like I think he'll get it together. It just won't be this year. It's just like he's just in and out, can't really catch his rhythm.
This all year he's just not been.
I also just don't think that offense, like week to week, you don't know what you're gonna see. So it's tough. But
the only thing you know that they can do is run the ball.
Yeah, that's the
one thing that we know that they can.
That's the only
they can
thing.
run the ball. Anything outside of that,
Dang. Oh, that just reminded me of another coach, Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel to any of these teams?
No.
I wanted Vrabel last year.
Yeah.
For the Jets.
Malik Willis, man.
Yeah.
Malik Willis.
It's still crazy to me that Vrabel didn't get. It is crazy to me Vrabel didn't get a head coaching opportunity though.
Vrabel was the Titans were trash under Vrabel. Who's hiring him?
No, they were good. They were good.
Terrible.
They had a year or two.
They had that first 2 years when they got there, and then unfortunately he had to play.
No, Tom Brady.
Not Willis. No, whatever quarterback they have.
What,
they were good when they had
Tannehill?
Tannehill. Yeah, then they lost Tannehill.
Where is he? Is he still on the team?
No, I think he's out. I think he's out the league.
Oh wow, I'm surprised he's not a backup somewhere.
But Vrabel,
he could definitely still be a solid backup somewhere.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not a backup.
He's not already. Let's see.
It's interesting. All right.
Tannehill.
Yeah, I'm looking him up too.
Yeah, no, he's a free agent.
Oh wow. Okay.
Are you kidding me? You're telling me the Panthers couldn't have used Ryan Tannehill?
That's what I'm saying. Like, but they got Dalton, so I guess they picked their poison.
But Andy Dalton and Joe Flacco are still getting jobs, but Ryan
Yeah.
Tannehill can't get a job.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
You want to say Andy Dalton? You want to say Andy
It's
Dalton
kind
over
of
Tannehill?
crazy. And the
Deadass?
thing, I guess the thing with Tannehill too is like it's not like I don't think he was necessarily like he wasn't playing bad. He just wasn't getting it done. You
He
know what I
got
mean? Like he
hurt.
just yeah, like
He got
he got
hurt.
hurt.
That's all it was.
They
He
got the
was
new
getting it
guy.
done.
Yeah, but I guess he's just not the like when you look at him, it's like oh he's a solid quarterback, but he's not gonna
This is
like
Mel
you know what I
Kiper's
mean?
fault. This is
Yeah.
all Mel Kiper's
Oh
fault.
yeah, for
If
sure.
Mel
They thought they
Kiper
had the
did
guy.
not go on
They hyped him up.
Yeah.
Mel Kiper cannot see a draft where there's only black quarterbacks
Yeah.
at the top of the draft. Every single time it happens, he has to force a white quarterback onto the into like the top quarterback discussion every
I don't-
time.
Yeah.
You went on a massive tirade about how freaking Will Levis is supposed to is this master game manager, master quarterback type of crap, and how he's one of the most talented quarterbacks he's ever seen. And, he's one of the most underrated prospects ever. Look at him, he's trash.
Yeah.
I'll defend Kuiper a little bit just because I feel like he gets hated on, but he is like one of the OGs in this draft shit. But I feel like with that whole white quarterback thing, I think that's a reflection of him actually like knowing teams and GMs. So when he's putting these mocks in, like we mentioned it last week with the Giants not drafting a black quarterback, I think Kuiper knows that too. He knows teams are still not going to draft a
He's
black
got the
quarterback.
nigga Cam Ward.
I don't think it's.
Oh, so
What was
you're
that?
saying
I think
so
he
you're saying
he
he's
has the
doing it
Giants
more to
picking
be
Cam
right
Ward.
than like
Yeah, I think he's doing it more to be right.
Okay.
Like
I see what you're saying.
he's
I
just
see
he's
what you're
doing what other GMs are telling him. You know what I
I
mean?
see what
Like
you're saying.
where other
Yeah.
teams are
But
telling him. is what
honestly,
he's-
I think he's at a point now because listen, Mel Kiper's story is crazy. You know, he started the first draft. This big
he's
draft
the
board
OG.
thing.
Yeah,
This is his creation.
yeah.
Yeah.
He created a
Created this whole
draft
thing.
manual. With his first couple ones were handwritten, where he just went down and wrote down all the modern day, combine and the all of the evaluation that comes from Mel Kiper. Congratulations. Sit your old ass down.
Hey,
Sit your old ass down. You lost it years ago, and that Will Levis one was the last straw that broke the camel's back. I can go
You
back. I'm
lost
not gonna
it
lie.
years
I don't
ago.
have my book on me right now. Clay knows I got this little blue book
yeah.
every now and then that I use, and that's when I really want to get it and I got ideas, I go in there and I
Lost
start
it
writing.
years ago.
I have a 5-page episode of just a random show ready to go at any moment on Mel Kiper.
That's funny.
Let's do it.
I
Let's do
have
it.
5
Draft season.
pages.
Let's do it.
Ready to go on.
Next April. Save it.
Say less. When that blue book come out,
With the blue book. Dang.
I'm on somebody's ass. I done did my research
Why do you hate Kuiper so much, bro?
because I think he's at a point now where he thinks he himself is bigger than the draft and the evaluation. I think that he pushes agendas. I think there are some times where he's not going based on who's the best quarterback. It's on who he wants to see. And I think he's a huge person that tries to keep and push that white quarterback agenda and keep them on the top of the totem pole. Mel Kiper's one of the people that said Lamar Jackson should be a running back.
Everyone said that though. Everyone said that. It wasn't
But
just
Mel
him.
Kiper was one of the
Everyone
no,
said
Mel
that.
Kiper
Everyone said that. It wasn't just him.
Everybody
man.
did not. Everybody did not.
Mel Kiper does not
Mel
run
Kiper was
31
one-
NFL
Mel
teams who passed
Kiper,
on
Mel
him.
Kiper was one
Mel
of
Kiper
the
was the guy.
was one of the first and loudest
You're
people.
giving him too much credit.
It's
You're
his
giving Mel
fault,
Kiper too
man.
much credit.
It's his fault.
No, I'm not. You have to think of he is the number one sports media brand in the world. He is the leading specialist for draft analysis and for
He's not
player
the one-
analysis.
He's not the one picking the players. Like 30 teams passed on Lamar Jackson. That's not Mel Kiper.
Yeah, but you can also.
You think
but you
Kiper's
can
influencing
be
all
the
these
one
teams'
that,
boards like that?
He might.
I didn't say that, but you can. But you can push an agenda. You don't
Yeah.
have to influence, but you can still push an agenda, and I don't have to like you. I cannot like you because I don't like the agenda that you push.
I hear what you're saying because I feel that same way. I used to feel that same way about in the NBA with the Woj bombs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like he's
He rode
definitely
LeBron,
was.
man.
Yeah, I feel like NBA is a little different. There's more.
Yeah.
influencing, so to speak. But
Yeah.
I think anyone in
like,
sports media, at that level is has what you're talking about though. So
there's only one person that you can say LeBron. He rode LeBron's coattail to like his current media career, and that's
Brian
the
Windhorst?
fat dude. Yeah,
Brian
yeah,
Windhorst.
Oh,
Wendy.
that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Wendy.
thinking. My bad.
Wendy.
That,
Yeah, you
that's
talking
what I'm
about
thinking.
whoa? I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa, Brown,
that's
like
what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm
whoa.
thinking about. That's what I'm thinking
Jay,
about.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking about.
Jay Billis was down there. Well, no, we're not.
Wendy pretty much works for
LeBron.
what's LeBron's agent's name? His friend
Oh,
Maverick.
Maverick Carter.
Yeah, he basically worked for
My
Maverick.
thing is, but Wendy was working in Cleveland or in Ohio at the time, and
Yeah.
LeBron
Yeah, he
was
was a
this
beat reporter.
sensation. And he not only was he a beat reporter, he's one of the
He followed him in
people
high
that
school.
really
Yeah.
put LeBron on the map.
Kudos,
Yeah.
kudos
like
to him.
in
'Cause it
terms
was
of like
smart
for the
move.
media. So yeah, but I mean,
And that was before.
But LeBron also he helped LeBron get to where he is too, because he gave LeBron a lot of that media coverage and a lot of that exposure.
Yeah, but at the same time, LeBron, I feel like, was getting hype from everywhere though. Like
He was,
right.
but Windhorst was the one. But again, who's the person that put everybody on notice about this person? It was Wendy. Who's the person that put everybody on notice that Will Levis is supposed to be this freaking
True.
god of a quarterback that we should completely discount the fact that he had a horrific senior season because his offensive line graduated. He lost multiple receivers and weapons. So I don't put too much stock into the fact that he threw more interceptions and touchdowns his senior year.
Yeah, but the Levis hype was from
that.
Yeah, but you act like Levis wasn't like a 5-star guy all through high school coming into college. He had a lot of hype. So there's a lot of players like that who get the hype and then have a bad senior year, but they still get drafted off of that hype previously. So it's not like it was unique. Like Levis wasn't a random guy that just he picked. Like Levis was highly touted. Like didn't he originally he wasn't originally at what school did he go to first? Wasn't he at USC first?
I thought he was at Kentucky.
Or Kentucky or something? Yeah, I feel like he transferred somewhere, but he was
at Kentucky.
He graduated Kentucky.
Did he transfer in there?
Yeah. He came from Kentucky, but I don't know if he was anywhere first.
No, I think he was at Kentucky, Penn State.
Was he there the whole time?
Penn State.
He was at Penn State.
Penn State. That's where it was. Yeah, he went from Penn State.
Yeah.
He was behind Sean Clifford.
Well,
I mean, yeah. Regardless, Will Levis is trash, but
yeah. I was gonna say. With all that being said, like, are we starting Devon we starting Vele or what?
I don't even know if that's how you say his name, but hey, this is a good one.
Who is it? Who is he?
Vele. He's the number 2
So,
on the Broncos. He's number 2 receiver on the Broncos.
I don't know, bro.
He's the most added player in Yahoo.
He's been cooking the last few weeks, and they playing Cleveland.
Matt just said he got to see what Kuiper said about Haskins to see why Colin crashing out.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, long live Haskins, bro.
I still imagine the world Haskins on the Giants. Who knows what would have happened?
Oh gosh.
But yeah, this Vele guy, I'm starting him. You got his game log up there in the past couple of weeks. I think he's like a solid PPR floor guy.
Yeah.
Bo Nix has been killing it. Yeah, I'll throw a dart at Vele or Vale. I'll put him at the flex.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I don't know. Looking at his picture, he don't look like he played football. But I'm gonna start him. He's been hot lately.
It looks like he could be friends with Russ. He looks like Russell Wilson might like him.
He looked like he played basketball. He looks like he plays basketball for like Arizona.
Looks like he's gonna be at the bar.
Or he's like
the games have started, y'all.
Yeah, I know. So this may not, but this is a Monday night game, so it still matters. Monday night game, so but yeah, I'd start him.
Devon Vele? Yeah, I'll play him.
Colin.
You don't even know who he is. You don't even know who he is.
I can't.
I don't know who he is. Is Sutton playing?
Yeah, Sutton's playing. He been cooking with Sutton, so
yeah.
Oh, Big Bo Nix, man. But
Shout out Bo Nix. Carrying my
That Bo Nix, man,
big Bo Nix, man.
quietly making it,
He's gonna get rookie of the
a
year. He's gonna get
discussion.
rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Bo Nix, rookie of the year.
Quietly making it a discussion.
Hey,
I said that on my
More
first
than a
week on that
discussion.
show. And
It's
Sebastian
more than
looked
a
at me
discussion.
crazy.
it's
Yeah.
more than a discussion. It's happening.
Sebastian looked at me crazy. Bo Nix has been going crazy.
It's happening.
Yes. Since you said that, Jaden Daniels stock down, Bo Nix up.
Yeah, Sebastian. I know you still in the chat. Speak on that.
Yeah. But last guy we got is Taysom Hill.
Bench.
Benching
I
Taysom
hate
Hill.
Taysom Hill. He already had his one game this year.
I'm
He already had his one game.
I'm starting him.
Yeah.
I'm starting him
He's ready for
because
boomer bust.
because the one game came after they fired the coach, and the coach doubled down and was like, he's the most important person on our offense. He's gonna get
my
touches.
God. Taysom Hill.
That's what he said. That's what the coach said.
So you're
And
starting Taysom Hill this week.
I am off the bye. I think so. Cause the coach literally said that, and then he went off, and then he doubled down and was like, "Yeah, we need to get him
7
touches."
carries for $138 and 3 touchdowns is insane.
This 7,
maybe-
yeah.
I'm not flexing him, but if I need a tight end because tight ends are so bad, yeah, sure.
He even let him throw it twice.
I might flex him.
You gonna flex
He threw
him?
the ball twice, but he threw it twice, but he also threw an interception. I might flex him.
You gonna flex him? If you're flexing
Because he's
Taysom Hill,
right,
you're out
because
the
it's
playoffs.
right,
If there's no,
because it's either run or pass. Because it's run. He can do it by land or by or by
I know, but
air.
if you're flexing him, that means you have no one better on your bench to flex than
But-
Taysom Hill.
I'm not playing. Listen, I'm not playing. First of all, there's never been a situation where Taysom Hill has been on one of my fantasy teams. I am not playing fantasy this year.
Yeah.
So if I were to draft Taysom Hill, I would solely draft him as a flex. Like that
Not
would
as a
be
tight
his
end?
role on the team. No.
I'll
There's
put
mad
it-
other tight ends I would pick before I pick
I'm
before I
putting
pick up
that
Taysom
tight
Hill.
end. I'm putting that tight
Taysom
end.
Hill only
Yeah.
has value. Taysom Hill only has value because he has tight end eligibility.
Yeah.
Not with that running.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
not with him.
'Cause if you
running
put him
the ball
at flex,
7
it-
times for $138 and 3
No, but I'm
touchdowns.
saying that's
No,
why
he's saying like at the tight end spot in fantasy, because like you could start
Yeah.
4 running
Oh.
backs. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
essentially.
okay.
Yeah.
because someone has an RB2 as their flex. Someone has a wide receiver 2 as their flex.
Yeah.
You're not starting Taysom Hill as your flex, but as a tight end, the
Yeah.
position is so
It could go
bad.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, the tight end, I love tight ends. Tight end is for me is one of the most underrated fantasy positions. So
Yeah.
there's never going to be a situation where I'm drafting Taysom Hill with the expectations of playing him as a tight end.
Yeah.
He's like a bye week replacement
Yeah.
guy.
I think he's
I'm
good.
there's
Yeah.
never a chance that I've never had Taysom Hill.
I think he
Like,
might be
why
a
am I
fantasy
drafting Taysom?
winner. I think he might be a fantasy winner.
Fantasy winner.
Cause I think I don't know why it says like he literally said Taysom Hill is a huge part of this team's offense. I think our use of him last week is really where we're trying to trend towards. So I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, unless you're rocking with Brock Bowers or George Kittle,
yeah. Unless you got
Like-
them, I mean I wouldn't be mad at it.
maybe Kelsey, throw Kelsey in there. But
Because even as a tight end,
Who-
right?
wait,
last 4 weeks, he's giving you 6, 16, 7, and then 42. So
and then
the floor is 6. Like that's if you don't have a tight end, that's kind of where you're at anyway. You know what I mean?
Look, compare his numbers to someone like freaking Sam Laporta. I'm pretty sure Taysom Hill might have better numbers than Sam Laporta.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Laporta was drafted like.
Wait, what? No,
Oh, no, Laporta's got some touchdowns. But
Yeah.
I was saying tight ends are trash.
I'm going down this tight end list right now, and I'm in the top 25. Taysom Hill is nowhere in this list, bro. I don't, like I'm not sure. what
It's
we're
a new
getting at
Taysom Hill.
right
Since
now.
that's what he's
But-
saying. Since the coach got fired, it's a new Taysom Hill.
But I guess
since coach got
the
fired.
thing too, right? Like, would you rather
Who?
rather bank on 5 carries because you're gonna get 5 carries from Taysom Hill, like 5 to 7 carries from Taysom Hill, or let's say 10 touches from Taysom
Mhm.
Hill, and maybe 7 to 8 from another tight end, right? That's not Brock Bowers or Kittle. That's kind of what you're betting against, really.
Yeah.
Like, what do you
It's the
believe in
floor.
more?
The floor is
Yeah.
yeah. The
My
floor.
thing, If I'm gonna go with another team that has a quarterback that can get the ball to their tight end, that's just me personally. There's so many other
I'm
tight ends
putting a
that I
ticket
could
in.
just off the top of my head. John Smith just had a fantastic. He's putting the ticket. John Smith had a
Putting
fantastic
the
freaking
ticket in.
had a fantastic day
Yeah, he's the last couple of
against the
weeks he's been killing
Packers.
it. Last
Trey
couple of weeks.
McBride, we already mentioned Bowers. Guys like Kittle, Kelsey, Tucker Craft, Otten, who was in the sitter start last week.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet. Like,
Cole
man,
Kmet,
there's mad other tight ends that I could think about.
but
Like
all those tight ends are
Dallas
the same
Goedert.
way. All those half those tight ends you mentioned, there's a very good chance they get 2 targets in a game. Whereas like Taysom Hill, is going to get at least 5 touches.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
It's
man,
hard.
yeah. Listen, there's a reason I've never won a fantasy league. So
So,
And you're not playing this year, you just said? What are you doing?
I'm not, man. I was on the road for half the season, man.
oh, that's true.
I didn't have
That's
the
true.
time. I didn't have the time for it.
Yeah. Damn. Well, Sebastian did send me a parlay, but I don't know if it matters now because it's at 1:00.
Trash.
So I'm gonna just give y'all a new parlay. Bet the house on Taysom Hill, man. Bet the house
Anytime touchdown?
on Taysom
Anytime
Hill.
Straight, straight parlay, yo.
Anytime
Taysom Hill,
touchdown.
200 passing yards,
Anytime
3 rushing
touchdown.
touchdowns,
Matter of fact, I'm
5 catches.
gonna say two touchdowns. Taysom Hill. Bet the house.
Who do they play this week? The
They
Rams?
play the Rams, yeah.
Okay.
Taysom Hill. You saw what Saquon did.
You know what? I'm gonna put.
Yo,
Nah, I ain't gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna put on it, but I'm gonna put a little penny on it.
You know what you should do? You should do first touchdown. First touchdown.
First
Taysom Hill.
touchdown. First
Can I
touchdown.
even bet in
Ooh,
the
that's a
state
good
of
one.
Maryland? I'm just thinking about
First
that.
touchdown.
Can
First-
I bet here?
Oh, I don't know. You should be able
I
to.
don't know
Hold
what
up,
your
I
rules
should
are.
be
don't know
able
if I
to.
can put a ticket.
I don't know what the laws are.
I think so because they got the whole the FanDuel what's it called?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we do, but
So you should be able to.
mobile sports bets. There's
Oh,
definitely been
yeah.
a time where we couldn't put any bets in, but I think we can now.
Yeah,
I
Taysom
definitely
Hill,
used to
man.
have to wait to get back to Jersey.
Bet the house. This is gonna be like the likely bet, man. Like when I said likely week 1, that's what I'm saying right now. Taysom Hill against the Rams.
That was a good pick, man. Shout out to Will Likely. Shout out to Coastal Carolina, man.
Just looking at that stat line with the 42 points
It's
he had that
crazy.
1 week, it makes me sick because I dropped him that morning
Oh,
because
that's nuts.
I had a bye week replacement and I needed someone.
But where you
and
have
I picked-
started him? Where you have started?
Yeah,
him?
I had him starting in the lineup, and then Sunday morning, I think it was Dalton Kincaid was out,
Yeah.
so I picked up Knox. I was like, oh, starting tight end Knox, I'll play him over.
Oh, damn.
This was at like 12:30. It's in that same league you're showing. I can pull up the
Over
receipts for
Likely?
the transaction.
Damn.
No, over
You did
Taysom
that
Hill.
over Likely?
I played
Over Taysom Hill.
Dawson Knox over Taysom Hill that week that he had 47 points.
Okay, I would have did that too.
Yeah, and it was like a 12:30 Sunday morning kind of move.
Yeah.
I was so pissed.
Yeah.
All right, man. The ticket is in, man.
Yeah.
So you got the ticket?
Two
Taysom
anytime
Hill?
Taysom Hill
touchdowns,
ticket. You gotta do it. But
That's the play.
yeah.
2 anytime touch. 2. You know what I'm saying? Score twice.
Any last words from y'all before we get out of here? No.
Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone can make it to work tomorrow. If they're working, it'll be a struggle. But
All right. Enough said. Like always,
Sebastian
like, comment,
is trash.
subscribe. We'll see y'all next week.